Shocking DNA test. Carly confesses to having had an affair with Jason in the past. The truth will change everything. Port Charles is no stranger to secrets, betrayals, and scandalous affairs, but what's about to unfold will shake the town like never before. In a twist no one saw coming, a shocking DNA test threatens to unravel the very fabric of Carly Corinthos's carefully maintained world. As the results make their way into the wrong hands, Carly is forced to confess to a long-hidden affair with Jason Morgan, a revelation that could destroy everything she holds dear. Buckle up, GH fans. This is going to be an emotional, jaw-dropping roller coaster that leaves no one unscathed. It all begins innocently enough, with the arrival of a young woman named Reese, a sharp and ambitious DNA researcher from New York who claims to be following up on an anonymous request made decades ago. Reese, who starts her journey working with Portia Robinson on a genetic study for GH, catches the attention of Sam McCall when she accidentally stumbles upon familiar names in the test results. One of those names? Danny Morgan. Reese is confused to find Danny's DNA closely matches someone else's in the system, not Jason, but another person she hadn't expected. Digging deeper, she uncovers anomalies that point to the possibility that Danny's paternity might not be what everyone believes. She immediately brings the matter to Sam, who is stunned, but also suspicious. Is this some elaborate scheme or a mistake? Reese is adamant. The DNA doesn't lie. Meanwhile, Carly Corinthos begins to feel the pressure when Sam, visibly shaken, confronts her. Carly, is there anything you want to tell me about your past with Jason? Anything that might explain a strange DNA result? Carly freezes. Her heart races as a flood of memories rushes back. Memories she has spent years burying. A single night, the pain of losing Sonny, Jason's unwavering comfort, a bottle of whiskey, and a moment of weakness that led to something far more lasting than either of them realized. But Carly plays it cool, brushing Sam off. That's ridiculous. Jason and I never, well, we were best friends. That's all. But the denial feels hollow, and Sam knows it. Back at Reese's lab, the results grow even more convoluted. Not only does Danny's DNA show inconsistencies with Jason's, but there's evidence that Jason may be the father of a second child whose maternal DNA traces back to Carly. As Carly tries to go about her daily life, helping Michael with Willow's recovery, handling Donna and Avery, she can't shake the anxiety building within her. The ghosts of her past won't stay buried. Viewers are treated to a series of emotional flashbacks. A night in the aftermath of Sonny's death, years ago, when Carly believed she had lost everything. Jason, steadfast and strong, returning to Port Charles and stepping into the chaos. One devastating evening at the lake house, when the grief turned into something deeper. They kissed. One thing led to another. And Carly, already emotionally vulnerable, slept with Jason. They never spoke of it again. She discovered she was pregnant shortly after, but assumed Sonny was the father. After all, they had reunited shortly after the tryst. She never thought to question it. Just when Carly thinks she can bury the truth again, someone unexpected gets wind of the DNA results, Nina Reeves. Nina, still reeling from being cut out of Wiley's life and left in the cold after Drew and Carly regained control of Aurora, seizes the opportunity. She gets a copy of the DNA report, thanks to one of her Yelku contacts, and realizes the implications immediately. Carly had a child with Jason? Carly lied to everyone, including her children and Sonny? Oh, the poetic justice. Nina begins laying the groundwork for a public reveal. Not just to expose Carly, but to destroy her completely. With Sonny still emotionally distant following the SEC fallout and her relationship with Willow hanging by a thread, Nina decides to go nuclear. Her first move? Telling Michael. Michael meets with Nina reluctantly, expecting more manipulation. But she comes armed with facts, documents, and an emotional narrative of betrayal. When Michael sees the report with his own eyes, he's stunned. "Are you telling me Jason is my brother and Danny's father?" he asks, horrified. "No," Nina says. "I'm telling you Jason is Danny's father. And your mother has been lying to you about it for over a decade." Michael reels. The weight of Carly's lies comes crashing down. He flashes back to the times she swore transparency, honesty. He remembers how she condemned Nina for lying about Nellie, about Sonny, about everything. And yet, Carly, his mother, had the ultimate secret. Michael doesn't say anything, but his silence speaks volumes. Jason, freshly recovering from a brutal mission for the WSB, gets summoned by Michael. He has no idea what to expect, but when he walks into the room and sees Sam, Reese, and the DNA papers laid out before him, everything changes. Michael doesn't say a word. He just leaves. Jason turns to Carly. "Tell me it's not true." And Carly, emotionally spent, her world crashing down, finally breaks. "It's true," she says, barely above a whisper. "That night. The night Sonny came back from Nixon Falls. You and I, Danny is yours." Jason's face goes pale. "I didn't want to believe it. I didn't even test it. I thought it was better for everyone if we never said anything." Jason sits down, stunned. "Carly, that's my son." "I know," Carly says, breaking down. "And I'm sorry. I should have told you. But everything was so fragile. Our friendship, my marriage, Sonny. I couldn't lose it all." Sam's fury, a mother torn. Sam, who has stood quietly in the background, finally erupts. "You lied to me. You let me raise Danny with the belief that his father was a man who wasn't even in his life for years. You made me think you were the victim when you were the one holding the knife." Carly tries to explain, but Sam isn't having it. She storms out, vowing to fight for full custody of Danny, and warning Jason to do the same. Jason is torn. His entire life has been built on loyalty, silence, and protection. But now, with this truth out, he's forced to confront his role as a father in a way he never expected. He meets with Danny privately. The boy, now older and wiser than anyone realizes, has questions. "Are you really my dad?" Jason nods, tears in his eyes.
"Yeah, kid.
"I am." Danny takes it in quietly. "So, everything was a lie?" Jason pauses. "Not everything.
But yeah."
Some people thought they were doing what was best. I thought I was doing what was best by staying away. We were all wrong." Danny's response is simple but devastating. "Then maybe no one should tell me what's best anymore." When Sonny finally learns the truth, from Dante, of all people, he's speechless. The woman he once risked everything for, the mother of his child, the partner of his legacy, had a child with his best friend, while believing Sonny was dead. He doesn't speak to Carly for days. When he finally does, the exchange is brutal. "You grieved me for what? A week, before you crawled into Jason's bed?" he spits. "It wasn't like that," Carly pleads. "I thought you were dead, Sonny. I was broken. I was alone." "You were never alone," Sonny says coldly. "You had him. You always had him. And maybe that was the problem." Nina, not finished with her revenge tour, uses the scandal to push her own agenda. She files a petition for custody of Donna, claiming Carly's home is unstable and deceitful. And in a shocking move, Diane Miller, usually Carly's fiercest legal defender, recuses herself due to a personal conflict, leaving Carly scrambling for representation. The hearing looms. Jason offers to help.
"I'll testify. I'll say anything you need me to."
"You're a good mother." But Carly shakes her head. "You don't get to help me fix this, Jason. I broke this. I lied. I kept you from your son. And I have to pay the price." As the dust settles, Port Charles reels from the revelation. Sam and Jason's already complicated relationship is shattered. Carly faces judgment from everyone she loves, even Joss, who's torn between loyalty and morality. Danny starts pulling away from everyone, uncertain of who to trust. Michael questions every lesson his mother ever taught him. And Sonny? He may never forgive either of them. But in the midst of the chaos, there's one quiet scene that hints at the future. Jason, sitting beside Danny on the docks, just talking. No lies. No secrets. Just a father and son, finally starting over. And Carly, watching from afar, silently prays that someday, maybe, they can all find peace. This isn't just a scandal. It's a reckoning. Coming up on General Hospital, Nina takes the stand and throws Carly under the bus. Jocelyn confronts Carly and Jason about their betrayal. Sonny makes a dangerous decision that could change his relationship with Donna forever. Reese Donovan's connection to Port Charles is deeper than anyone realizes. And a new test may reveal that Danny isn't the only child Carly kept secret. Stay tuned, GH fans. The past is no longer buried. And in Port Charles, the truth always demands a price.